The Louisiana Purchase was a big part of the expansion and growth of the United States. It also led to the final expansion of the United States on April 30th, 1803. Thomas Jefferson signed a contract with France, who had just taken control of the Louisiana Territory from Mexico. Even though the Constitution stated presidents couldn't buy and sell the American land as they wished, Thomas Jefferson believed it was a good enough idea he wouldn't need any permission from Congress, and he bought the land regardless. The United States spent $15 million for 828,000 miles of land. In today's currency, the land would cost $313,512,000. The new land was overwhelming for most Americans, and they didn't know what to do with it. Thomas Jefferson knew just the people for the job exploring the new land. Meriwether Lewis was Jefferson's secretary back in Virginia. He was a captain in the U.S. Army. President Jefferson thought he would be a perfect fit for the leader of the expedition. Captain Lewis chose Captain William Clark to assist him in the expedition. Clark and Lewis were friends in the war and in the political world after. They both had huge interests in the outdoors and exploring. They were both fit for the job. Thomas Jefferson sent a secret letter to Congress asking for $2,500 to send Lewis and Clark and their crew to explore the new land and make a map of what the land would include. The expansion was a big part of the Manifest Destiny because it led to the final expansion to the California area, which made America stretch from coast to coast. Almost half of America did not believe we should have purchased the land because they didn't want conflict with the other countries trying to take it over. The trail led from Louisiana to Washington. It took Lewis and Clark and their group 2 years to complete the whole journey and get to Washington. Lewis and Clark would need some help knowing how to stay safe in the land. A Native American girl named Sacagawea helped Lewis and Clark explore and make the trip go easier for them. Zebulon Pike was another famous explorer at the same time with Lewis and Clark. He led the Pike expedition to find the Arkansas Red Rivers. Pike and his 24 men set off to explore. Pike and his men were exploring dangerously close to the Spanish territory, just on the other side of the Rocky Mountains, where Pike and his men would attempt to climb Pike's Peak, which was later named after him when he died on April 27, 1803. In conclusion, all of these events are big parts of the Manifest Destiny because they deal with the expansion and growing of the United States to become the most powerful and controlling country in the world. They succeeded to get to California in the 1800s, and we began to build and strengthen the U.S.
I have 3 left.
Yeah, I don't know.